So Lost Ark killing the charts 80 days into release. So let's put this into perspective right here, and I'll show you guys how many people are playing Lost Ark right now. 562,000 people are playing the game at this exact moment. That's a lot of people. I wonder if they are.
Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to take a look at a timeline that could have been a disaster, but instead it's apparently a great success. Lost Ark's release in the West has not been free of problems. However, as it stands right now, it's the second most played game on Steam, which is gigantic, because we're 80 days into its release and it's still killing the charts.
True.
And not only that,
True.
the game has been gaining traction in the past month. By traction, I mean around 150,000 more players have joined the game or came back to it in the month of April, which is again another gigantic thing. So today we're gonna try to look over this article that I found on the forums. It's nicely structured with everything that has happened throughout Lost Ark's release in the West from the beginning all the way up until the end of this month. And we're gonna see what exactly was done right, wrong, and how is Lost Ark mostly positive reviewed, when in fact it's a game that you could potentially debate the real money topic quite many hours if you would want to. I've said it since 2018. It's such a lovely experience that the real money debate, call it pay to progress faster, pay to win, pay to skip content and be bored, however you wish, there is a common factor, and that is the pay factor. And even with that, the experience that it provides and the way...
I would like to hear what his take is on my my assertion that a large percentage of the game is bots. Because I feel like my argument he does, oh thank God, oh my God, yes, great.
Smilegate and Amazon have adjusted the Western version to actually better fit the players and make the players happy, I believe, is at the core of its success, and its growing success at that. He starts by saying that when the game launched, it came with the following content. The Welcome Challenge.
We'll watch that
this
one after.
Was a fantastic addition, by the way, a very pleasant surprise. They had to do this, right? Because they wanted to start with tier 3 content from the get-go. That was a very hard task, and it still is a very hard task to manage. They're still up until this day trying to figure out what are the best ways of doing so. I think it was really hard, and I think for the difficulty of what they try to pull off, I think they've been doing great in terms of adjusting and changing and managing player expectations with their expectations and with the rewards. This was a little bit rushy, I get it, but I'm so proud of so many players that have handled it. They have taken it like champs, right? Westernization, he mentions that the show more boxes, right? The extra loot box that you get in Raid, in Abyssal Dungeons, were changed to gold instead of crystals, right? Were changed to cost gold instead of crystals. So far, right before, just a couple of weeks before our release, they didn't used to give you gold, at least the tier 1 and 2 Abyssal Dungeons, right? It was just plain out, pay some crystal from your own pocket, right?
Someone said in chat, I have to read this. You're basically the equivalent of a hate watcher just for Lost Ark. I don't get why you keep being interested in the game if you hate it so much. So, Dead Rabbit, if I hate the game so much, why did I play it for 900 hours? Here's what it is. You see, I hate Lost Ark. You know they have the old phrase, the old saying, keep your enemies close and keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, I hate the game so much that I want to play it every single day so I can fully understand every single little thing that I hate about it. And anytime that I say anything positive about the game, I'm lying. And every time I say anything negative about the game, I'm telling the truth. Okay, guys? It's that simple.
Right now, you pay some gold from the pot that you already get as a reward from finishing that tier 1 and 2 Abyssal Dungeon. Yeah, so it's a really nice change. Currency exchange was updated to make it more understandable to the naked eye, and the 2 power passes at launch. The Flynn power passes were so fantastic because we received them for free. There was 2 of them, not just 1, and it sort of encouraged people to get another character at level 50, right? Or if they chose the wrong class, not to have to go through the leveling up process again.
I thought that was a really good decision.
For very many
people, I thought they made a really
good
call with that.
Opened their eyes to the possibility of having alts, and I feel that these free Vern power passes at least teased the idea to many players. There were many other, by the way, many other westernization changes, such as changes to the Mari's secret shop, which was great. Also changes to the pet system in other regions, even up until today. The pets actually. The extra features to open a remote warehouse and stuff, they are not included in the premium membership. There is also a premium membership in every other region, like the Crystalline Aura, but it doesn't have the pet features included in it. Pet features cost extra blue crystals. Number 7, an empty cash shop. I have to add this, as everyone was particularly shocked to see the costumes being bare bone and empty compared to our fellow regions, where you see a full load of cash shop costumes.
They should add more skins at this point. I feel like it's time. Let's just add the skins. Let's do it.
Lost Ark was for the longest time towards the empty in the skin section, even on the Korean region. At the beginning, we also had, like in 2018, we also had one skin plus one other extra. The game is already 3.5 years old almost in Korea, so you would expect that they would have 7, 8, 9
they should add more
different skins for each character.
Customization
right?
matters a lot.
I would expect more cooler ones as opposed to just more in terms of
I don't know why they don't
quantity.
do it more.
But yeah, and then begins the mess that took place shortly after with the queues, the server swap complaints, and new servers being added to our game. Yeah, it was a complete nightmare to actually play Lost Ark at the beginning. There was gigantic queues that lasted for even 12 hours. You used to stay in the queue.
Yeah,
and
for
also
EU it was even worse.
After you finally managed to log into the game, the instance matching server where you do almost all of your content in Lost Ark was so slow that in some days you couldn't even get in to actually finish.
People lost their characters on my server too. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that daily content, unless it was very late in the night. For some reason, it always after 1 a.m. in the night, it opened up and there was no problems anymore. This was shortly compensated with an additional Founders Pack, which was distributed on Friday, Friday 18th, a week into launch. These packs were bound and gave the players an option to restart from a different server. It also gave the players an option to sell their original ones.
Because people sent me all their stuff after they went to another server.
Have something from
it was great.
Gifted Founders Pack, which made them a lot of money at the beginning. Fast forward 10 days to where things hit the fan for the first time. Guardian Raid and Abyss Dungeon nerf. I don't think that these nerfs happened because a lot of players apparently couldn't handle couldn't cope with the mechanics of some of the tier 1 and 2 bosses in Guardian Raid.
I think they sucked. I think a lot of the mechanics that got nerfed were just shitty. Like that's really what it was. Yeah, they didn't want to do them because, like, really there's a lot of people, probably like new players, especially Verdas. It was a shit fight. Like, I don't know what else to say. It was just stupid. Yeah, it was a shit fight. Like, regardless of if you think it's hard or whatever, like, and I beat it before it was nerfed or anything at the gear equivalent level. And you know what? I thought it sucked.
And
I was glad it got nerfed.
His personal opinion on this is that failure is an understatement, as wipes are a given, and it may take 1, 2, 5, 10 wipes to clear a raid or a guardian, and at the end that gives me satisfaction that it was worth it.
I think that's totally wrong. Let me listen to what he says, and I'll give my opinion.
Completely understand this point. This works very well if tier 1 is the end game content. However, the purpose...
Exactly, bro. It is daily content that you have to do all the time. Like wiping 5 to 10 times with something that you have to do twice. Fuck that, man.
Of our release and all of the other examples around us, people we look up to, people we watch on YouTube, on Twitch, and all of the posts from Amazon were like, to get there, let's get there fast, let's hone this, hone that, and this is a pass-through stage. Every single video was that tier 1 and 2 doesn't matter. Now all of these emotions combined for a player that doesn't know anything about the game makes them think that I don't want to be stuck in a tier 1.5 Guardian raid because one member in my party cannot do that that raid wipe mechanic, since this is just a pass-through stage. This was a good change in my opinion. It personally didn't bother me at all. I know that it bothered some people, that why are we nerfing the game. I was a little bit
I think that nerfing the Abyss dungeons might have been a bit much, but I think Guardian raids, nerfing some of the earlier ones, the fights just aren't fun to play. And I think that, like, really, you can easily say that Velganos is harder than Virtus. Like, let's be honest, it's a harder fight. And so it's not about the challenge of the fight. It's about if it's a good fight, if the challenge feels good or not. And Virtus did not feel good.
Afraid that they would start nerfing tier 3 things, which it turns out they didn't, and I congratulate them for that. But I think the tier 1 and 2 nerf was perfectly fine at that time. On March 9th, we get our Rude Awakening and official patch notes of Argos being released with no prior warning, and that threw everyone off.
This is whenever people started getting upset.
To Valtan, and many people had suspicions and created videos about the fact that Valtan would come in April, which was their original plan. Not many players were actually ready for Argos, so this one was a little bit rushed, but right after it they completely turned their plans around, and they made such a good step moving forward for the health of the community and the health of the game in general.
They held back everything else.
Needed a little bit more time to get accustomed
the Argos incident,
to Lost Ark. Not everyone has played the game like we have 3.5 years already and knows everything, every path. People want to explore, people abandon a class at level 40, start all over. This is normal procedure. Major issues, update March 11th. The one thing to take from this patch would be the first line.
This is always what happens. Whenever a company makes a statement like, we're going to communicate more, and then people hold on to that every single time that does not happen.
Yeah, right. 16th of March, we had a big message from the team at Amazon and Smilegate talking about content cadence, talking about feedback from the players. This was a fantastic message, by the way, a fantastic way of communicating the fact that they've seen what's going on, and they've noticed, and that they are willing to adjust their original plans to better fit our release. This was great. I uploaded them at that time. It was just a fantastic gesture, and it also came with like the coolest skins ever. Right, here's a cool skin for you, this Mokoko thing, and also the Mokoko mount.
I remember that.
It was an amazing,
that's whenever we got the surfboard. That was awesome.
And an amazing set of rewards in general. Again, it's an amazing skin for me as a player. For another person which wants a normal, maybe cute skin, dressing up as a cow or as a dinosaur might not be what they're looking for. Happy Hour edition on March 25th. This gives us another again, more pots, more consumables for us to use on a daily basis, which is great. Well, not that great for the economy, not that great for gathering, but it's great because it's one less thing for people to spend gold on, as opposed to buying these pots from the auction house, and all of the consumables we get them for free. Sure, it affects the crafters and the crafting in general, especially for consumables, but at the same time, I guess same as the no GVG content that's not in the game, is an alleviation of pressure, right, which is good. Then comes the big roadmap reveal, as he calls it. Finally, we receive our roadmap on the 4th of April. I think that this roadmap was great. I think that they reacted really well to the feedback and the situation on the field. Content cadence, the pacing of new releases with higher
I feel like at this point, I mean, a lot of people are going to be ready for Vulcan whenever it comes out, even if they release it like next week. I feel like a lot of people will be ready and prepared for it, and I'm excited. I am.
Level
we want more content for sure.
The majority,
people like hardcore
of
players,
active players who care about this particular content. And I think that with no new item level increase in April, or no new content to do for high item level players in April, but adding this content in May is a fantastic choice. By now, with all of the incentives and events that we had, even a completely free-to-play player that was active in Lost Ark and cares about getting his character up in terms of item level is safely, easily around item level 1395, maybe even 1400. And I believe that in the next 16 days, let's say Valtan comes out in the middle of May.
Yeah, I think it'll come out really
soon. I believe that
soon.
in the next 16 days with the addition of the Ark Pass, with
and the
addition
Guardian
of
raid
the
too.
960 boost, which gives you a free alt to sort of the middle to end of tier 2 content that gets you some gold, which you can funnel into your main, gets you some silver from the daily quest, etc. I believe it's absolutely possible as a free-to-play player to get to 14, 15 by the time Valtan would come in. Even if it comes in the middle of May.
I've had a lot of people tell me that they're already there, and they're even past that point. They're like 1420, 1425. So yeah, I think that's absolutely going to happen. Now, like 1445 hard mode, I think that's basically going to be a that's going to be Whale Wars for sure. But I mean, maybe there's a few people that have gotten there free to play as well.
Says here that there are a couple of things that he would want them to change. Let's go quickly through them. Number one, better communication. We need to be transparent with the updates, minute details that can keep the players going and make them know that okay, they are listening and working on it. It's hard to give an example
I think that
of this,
matters
but
a lot.
reading this post, everyone can just see it for themselves. So I think that in terms of communication, in terms of just saying things or saying more things about what's happening, they've done this. What I believe we should work on is sort of being ready not to make mistakes. We also don't need to know everything that's going on if it's something that would shed a negative light on on the game or maybe the company, because you know the majority's perception is different. So it's fine if we don't know everything. It's just not fine when they don't know everything. That's the problem. And I think that's mostly on Smilegate not really telling Amazon what's going on, or Smilegate saying something and Amazon communicating that and then changing it back up. So
Bro, I'm not even gonna begin to point fingers on that. I have no fucking idea whose fault this is. I don't really care. It's just that it's happening.
I believe that's the thing. Monthly events. The Grand Prix was an amazing event. I have no complaints with it, but the event Guardian Raid was a bit lackluster. Yeah, I could agree with that statement, and could be worked on to make the rewards more satisfying for how much work we put into it. But no, actually, no, there's not that much work. It's like a 3-minute fight. Come on. So it's not that big of a deal. in terms of working for the Guardian.
It's not a big
event,
deal,
right? A rotation of events on a schedule, as we received the Grand Prix event, and next month we need a new event to replace that. I don't think we should have an event every month. I'm not against having an event every month, but I don't think it's something mandatory for
necessary.
the game. What this game
needs
is layers on top of layers, and even more layers, as that is Lost Ark. So there's a new layer being added with the Legion raids, right? That's the top layer, and then there's more layers being added with these horizontal activities that are coming up. They're not even out in Korea, but they're coming out this year, right? In Korea. Not sure when we're gonna get them, but shouldn't take that long, as we're trying to catch up. And in general, content and item level increases might take longer, but stuff that doesn't require that should come to other regions relatively fast after they release.
Horizontal content's really important.
Right? We're not keeping a
give people more
schedule
things to do
in terms of class releases. We're just releasing the latest class first, and then we are releasing a class every month and so on. So it's different. We need things to do. 1370 standpoint.
It's literally that simple.
2 times Chaos Dungeons, 2 Guardian Raids, 3 daily quests, the guild donation. Come on, it's just pressing a couple of buttons. Should it really be included in this list? Anguished Island Daily. Anguished Island Daily, as long as you don't have the star or the heart. Sure, if you do, then that's not a thing here. And 5 times Rapport. Okay, there's a lot of other stuff that you can do on a daily basis.
Yeah,
weekly basis, he says 2 Abyssal Dungeons, 1 Abyssal Raid, the Pirate Shop, the Guild Shop, and the Una weekly quest. There's a lot more to this list. He didn't mention the PvP system at all. Like, there's a lot of PvP that can be done in Lost Ark. PvP is really cool. If you're into PvP, of course, not everyone's into PvP, but I'm just saying, why are we assuming everyone's into PvE content but not into PvP? So PvP is also a big part of the game. Then there's the collectibles. There's a nice rewarding system that even rewards you with progression things like skill points or gold that can be used to progress in terms of item level. If that's the only thing you care is to hone on a daily basis, then collectibles do help you with that to a certain degree. There's a whole nother thing with gathering and crafting at your stronghold and stronghold in general. Give us things to do, plain and simple. Well, I just gave you more things to do than the list, so you can follow that as well. Cash shop update. I've seen numerous posts about how the CMs agree with the need of skins, need of casual skins, swimsuit, cute skins, and flood the cash shop with it. I don't think the cash shop should be flooded in skins. No.
They should just add a new one every few weeks. Like, that's what I think they should do. Just add a new one every few weeks to catch us up to where the Korean and Russian realms are at. I think that just makes sense. And people that don't want it, it doesn't really matter. Like, if they add a new skin into the shop, it's not like people are going to be like, wow, I hate the game now. It's not a big deal.
We're 70 days into an MMO's release, and I think we have 4 different sets of skins to choose from. They're also available on the auction house for you to purchase. And on top of that, we have the Mokoko skin, or whatever, the animal skin, right? That you received, that everyone received for free after the release of Argos. So I think that if you divide 70 by 4, that's a skin every 2 weeks. I think that's a good, pace for skins to have one different one every 2 weeks in that sense.
I think that'll be fine
in
too.
total,
if they keep doing that,
all
I'll
of
be
them
happy.
from day one up until now, including the stuff that's maybe available in game. So I think it's okay, and I also don't think that the community managers should be included here at all. I actually saw a post from Shadow Fox, which is a community manager for Lost Ark. She was expressing her point of view in terms of community managers being, let's say, assaulted.
Oh, this is always a mistake. This is what I've said this so many times. It's like the moment that you show any fucking weakness, that never do that. Never do that at all, because people are going to get fucking mad. The Sarek, yeah, double down time. It's always going to go that way, because the people don't care. They don't care about you. They don't give a shit. They just want the content, and all you're doing is telling them no, and they fucking hate you for it. That's it. They don't care about CMs. They're never going to care about CMs. It's the same thing at the cashiers at Walmart. Nobody's ever going to give a shit. That's just the truth.
Or in writing on the forums, and blamed for a lot of things that are happening in Lost Ark. And I get it. CMs are, let's say, the wall that we communicate to, and they're the ones who talk back to us. So some stuff is directed at them, but them being personally accused, that's not right. And I really hope that those of you who are watching me are not the ones who are assaulting community managers on the forums. That's not a nice thing to do. Overall, my feelings towards our Western release so far are positive. I think that they've done a great job in adjusting their plans to fit the needs of what's happening in game, and I'm very proud of them for doing this. I also believe at the same time that it was very tough for them, for Smilegate and for Amazon,
cashiers. Yeah, it is what it is.
Pull out an 100% clean release of a game in this particular form, which we got with tier 3 content, with a perfect balance in between the needs of the players and what they're gonna do in game and the content cadence that they had previously scheduled. And that was everything from me on this topic. Please let me know what your thoughts are on Lost Ark's Western release so far. Let me know where you think they can improve. Let me know where you think they did good, or what you think they did good.
I think they need to release everything
Lost Ark's
just get it
near
out.
future updates. I'm talking about this year, 2022. I wish you lots of love. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you really soon. Take care.
This is a nice video. He's a nice
Greetings,
guy. Let me go back over here and make
This
sure that
will
I
be-
open. God damn it. Okay, I got it right. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so I think this is a good video. I like this. It was fair, and I think it's interesting. Watch the bot video. I feel like I've watched a lot of videos. We might as well do at least a few mount runs and do some stuff like that, guys. I've spent so much time watching videos today. We will save the bot video, and also I want to let you guys know there are still like 10 more fucking videos that I haven't even seen. Like, there's still like 10 more fucking videos. Like, this is crazy. Only 6 or 8 hour intro. Yes, listen, I think I'm going to stop calling it an intro. I think that I am, because I feel like people view it the wrong way whenever I say that, and I might start calling it something else. I don't know. Yeah, the outro. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the longer intro, it's a short video. It's okay. We'll watch the rest of this stuff right now, okay? The intro's over once you say sup, y'all. Yeah, that's true, too. And anyway, the mega intro, the pre-show, no, because, like, I don't Okay, well, let me talk about this. Like, who cares about that? I'll talk about this. I'll do a sword run, and we'll get into that. But I wanted to mention about the video is that I think Lost Ark should try to release the content more quickly. I think they should look at what happened with the Korean version of the game and see whenever the game actually started to grow and gain players. And when did the game start growing and gaining players? Very fucking simple. It started gaining and growing players as soon as the Legion raids came out. That's what it was. That's whenever people started getting interested. That's whenever people started actually watching the game, etc. And I think that's whenever they need to get to. Like, let's get the Legion raids out, get people invested into the game, get them back involved, and that's what really matters the most, okay? I think so. Lost Ark currently 580,000 players. Yeah, exactly.